Hello everybody, Bob Password, and in today's video I am uploading the JKP Rising, and I will be talking about the HOG WILD update for Halo 5 Guardians. And don't worry, James and Adam are out somewhere, but I will find them. But anyway, let's get started. So first things first, this update's coming out Tuesday, May 31st. Now secondly, this update is a little light, and the reason it is light is because the 343 said that a few of the major things, and I'm going to come back to one of those, is that they needed more time to be polished, tuned, balanced, and all that. And the way that gaming's been the past few years, Halo especially, MCC, if something needs balanced or finishing, then by God, let it be finished. So usually I'd be mad, but if it needs to be finished, then let it be finished. But anyway, so let's get into the recs that we will have for this update. So the first thing we have is the Vespin Rocket Warthog, which, if from my memory, is a upgraded speed and armor Warthog that shoots a lot more deadly rockets. Next off, we have the Sword Needler Warthog. Now I want to point out that a lot of things in this update are in conjunction with the Covenant and Covenant technology. So one thing to know about this Warthog is it has shield technology, which I think is really awesome, and I think they're kind of basing it off a little from the Rocket League Warthog. Now one thing, if you look at the tip of the barrel here, you'll see that it's purple pinkish, just like most Covenant weapons are that fire needles. So it has a needler turret. So that's going to be really interesting. Hopefully it does like a super combine, and I'm really excited to see how this Warthog plays out. Next off, we have the Rally Scout and Rally Warthog. Essentially, this is, like, canonically, it's a racer's Warthog, so it goes really fast, and it's really armored. Just one doesn't have a turret, one does. So that's pretty much the difference between these two. So, I really hope that there's a significant difference on how fast these goes. Next off, we have the Starfire Visor, cool, whatever. Stinger, keep in mind, we're going to come back to that. Interceptor. Anyway, hybrid SMG, AR, BR, and DMR. Now the hybrid, if you could probably see, I'm not going to zoom in on them, but you could probably see the scopes on them. They're slightly different, and that's because these are the Covenant carbine scopes. And I think that's a really interesting mix and match factor that they're pulling here, because I think the carbine scope is one of the cooler ones when it comes to SmartLink, and I think it's just the simplicity of it, which I like so much. So I think that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out with these weapons. Next off, we have the number 11 emblem, because apparently they had 1 through 10 and 12, then 11, so that's a thing. The new Mombasa emblem. Next off, we have Stashy, which is just Clippy, but with a pedo look. Dare for Veronica Dare from Halo 3 ODST, the Grunt, and the Arum skins. Now that we're done with the Rex, I want to go over a few other things that might be a bit interesting for people. So first things first, I want to go to the one of the more previous cannon fodder posts called Tails and Stingers, and if you look here, we don't care about the armor, that's not important. What does matter is the helmet description, so allow me to read it. Developed in conjunction with the AV-49 attack VTOL, remember that, the Stinger class Mjolnir helmet has 2 neural interface controls that allows the Spartan operator to switch from flight to ground combat modes at the speed of thought. Now guys, we don't have an AV-49 VTAC for the 4016 AV-49 fuck toll in Halo. But you know what we do have, and wait for it, we have an AV-14 attack VTOL in Halo, and that is, the wait for it, the Hornet that we've known to come and love in Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Spartan Assault, and Halo 2 Anniversary. So that I think that, and I don't want to go all Halo follower here, but we're going to get an upgraded variant of the Hornet in the next update. And like they said, a lot of the major things in HOG WILD needed to be pushed back for polishing, fixing, final tweaks, and a Hornet would definitely be something that they haven't put in the game before. Something like that would definitely fall under the category of something that needs fixing and finishing. And to go back to the slightly disappointing Memoirs of Reach update, a lot of people thought the Falcon, and as nice as the Falcon would have been, honestly, it just wouldn't play that well on the Warzone maps, because that's kind of how they judge things, you know, because that's the main showcase of these things. Even though we know they're going to add Rex later in Forge, like if it's not working in Warzone, then they're probably not going to add it. And I think a Hornet would work a lot better. The Falcon, other than the Battle of Noctis, the Hornet would just not work with the way that the Warzone maps are made. So a Hornet would work a lot better in a map setting like the Warzone maps that we have now. I'm starting to lose my train of thought. But anyway, before I go, I want to talk about Warzone Firefight very quickly. Now, they said that update is going to be the largest update that Halo 5 has had so far. And I don't know if that's because of the HOG WILD things as well, or because just by itself. I think it was by itself anyway. It was going to be the biggest update, and I didn't even think it was going to have anything, to be honest. I thought it was just going to have the game type itself, and I would have been fine with that, because from what I've seen, it seems like it's going to be very promising. It's going to be worth the wait. It's going to be on all maps. They're not going to try and pull a usual 343 and release each map over the series of months, so thank God for that. But anyways, so I can't wait to report that here on JKP Rising, provided James isn't mad that I punch him in the face 19 times and ask him where Adam is. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Check out my channel because I'm a lot funnier. And anyway, you know what comes next. I'm out, people.